Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. I am Rusky and I'm here to show you a new item I have been working on. I think I'm going to call it the Flaming Crown of Destiny, which is appropriately overblown for something which is essentially a gas ring. I'm making this video so I can show you the two movement-based effects that I have added to this fella. Okay, so hopefully the first one, if you full screen this, I don't know if you'll already see it on a small screen, but we'll see, is the flames. So the tips of the flames are on a jiggle bone which floats in space. And here you can kind of see them moving with how the pyro moves in a kind of, hopefully it's like, you know, the air resistance moving the burningness of the flame back. Let me get this on the pyro looking around so you can see that maybe a little bit better. Look around, there we go. So as you can see, the flames kind of move from side to side. It's not a big effect, it's just to give them a little bit of life so they're not like quite static. The other one on this again is very subtle and you can kind of see it here. The gas ring itself is jiggled on the pivot where it touches the pyro's head, so you can see at the extremities of his movement it kind of gives a bit of a wiggle. Again, very subtle, just there because I can, and it kind of makes it a little bit more realistic. Another nice effect of that is the look it gives to the rubber hose which connects it to the fuel tank on the pyro's back, in that because the kind of connector into the gas ring is quite far out, it means that any subtle movement of the gas ring is amplified in that, and it just combined with the fact that the other end is attached to the jiggle bone for the fuel pack, it means that when the pyro moves you get like a kind of nice realistic movement of how that would work. Let me just try and get off to the side. You can kind of see it from here. Yeah, you see a little bit of a jiggle at the extremity of each movement. In the game, when players are running around and you get that physical action, you see a lot more of it. It's hard to kind of get that in the workshop in the item test map. That's what I'm talking about. That's where I am right now. I should know these things. Just trying to think what else to look at. Let's try and jumping and see how that looks. I always think you can't really tell much from this because, yeah, it's just too fast to really see, and if you slow it down it doesn't look like anything. So yeah, that doesn't really show you much. Let's stop that. Let's have him running. How does that look? Yeah, running, you can see a little bit of a waggle to it. Not too much, just, you know, it's kind of a subtle thing, just because I quite like it. And presumably you can see the flame tips moving a little bit in game. That'll become a little more prominent because the pyro will actually be moving through space as opposed to just on the spot, which kind of throws things on the jiggle bone somewhat. Yeah, what about other things? Oh god, let's have him standing still, that's way too frenetic. Let's have him crouching, just cause. Okay, there he is, crouching with his crown of flames. Flaming Crown of Destiny, indeed. Yeah, that's what I'm calling it. Of course, this works on... It has the colours changing. Again, same thing as the Bunsen Brave. I like to think, you know how you had things like Picasso going through his blue period? I'm currently going through my things on fire period. You know, I've got this nice effect. I want to play with it. I want to explore how it can be used in different, you know, scenarios and what can be done with it.
Yeah.
And of course, it is paintable if I can. Yeah, here we go. Painted with... Let's go for deep commitment to purple. Yes, there we go. Purple flames, lovely. The way that I've got it set up to show kind of different colours in the flame effects means some paints are quite faded. But if you get like a kind of strong one like Australian gold, then yeah, you can see that it actually has two tones to kind of add to that flaminess, if you see what I mean. So it seemed a worthwhile compromise. I can't think of anything else to say about this. So yes, that is it. What is probably going to be called the Flaming Crown of Destiny. Ooh. Yes, thank you. Goodbye.